to work with the department to make sure that students have what they need from the library to be able to do well at the course. So I manage the book budgets, I buy the books that are on the reading lists, so some of what I do is behind the scenes. And I see students when they first arrive. I usually see them in intro week, and sometimes run workshops through the rest of the course as well to talk you through the skills that you need to use the library, like how to find books on the shelves and referencing and things like that. And I'm also available for one-to-one appointments if people need to come and see me if you have in-depth questions or anything you're worried about. Just remember that everyone that works in the library is here to help you, and so it's not just me, it's the people who are on the help desk downstairs as well. Anybody that works here you see around the building, and the staff in IT as well. You know, we're here to help. And I would say don't worry about looking silly, and don't think, oh, I've left it too late now, it's too late to ask this question, because we all remember what it's like to be a student. We know what it's like to be nervous. You know, I've worked in universities for about 10 years now, and you know, there's no question you can ask me that I haven't heard before, so I'm not going to think it's silly. You know, I'll always be open to questions, and I'll try and help as much as I can. The activity that we did in intro week in this would have been last September. So I gave everybody, I divided the class into groups, and we had a box with a lock on it, and people had to solve clues around the library building so that they could do the combination lock and unlock the box. And what the clues were about was helping people to find their way around the building, to be able to look up books on the library search, and how to find things on the shelf. And the idea was that as you were learning to unlock the box, you were also learning information about how to use the library, just the basic stuff that you need to know right at the beginning. So yeah, so that's what that was about, and hopefully you found it useful. When you first walk into the library, there's a few computers near the entrance where you can search for a book. So if you know which book you're looking for, if you know the title, you know the author, you can search for the information that you have. Or you can also do some browsing, like if you know you want a book on a particular topic but you don't know which book specifically you need, you can search for words as well. Like if you wanted a book about, say, the philosophy of ethics, you can search for philosophy of ethics, and it will give you a list of results to look through. And once you know what you're looking for, once you've found a book that you want to go and get from the shelf, there's a code which comes up on the library catalogue for each book. So every book has its own unique number and letter code, and that tells you where to find the books on the shelf. So if it's a book with a low number, it will be down on the ground floor. So if it starts with a 1 or a 2 or a 3, it will be downstairs. And then as the numbers get higher, the book will be on a higher floor in the library. There's a lot of different things that you can do. So if you're just having trouble finding a book on the shelves, you can go and ask at the help desk and find someone to come and help you. If you've got a more in-depth question about how to reference a book, or if you're just struggling in general to find the information that you need, you can make an appointment to come and see me, or if you ask at the help desk, they can just phone up to my office and see if I'm here. And I'll be happy to sit down with you and talk you through whatever you need to find out. Because it's quite common in first year that people are still getting used to, using a university library for the first time. So I'm always happy to talk to people about it. So we have, there's a lot of different resources which are available on the library website. So every subject, every degree course that you do has its own page on the library website, and that's where you can find resources for your course. We have a lot of referencing guides online which can help you. We can link you to how to search for journals. We've got online tutorials as well for different skills, like understanding your reading list and how to develop other skills that you need to use the library. So I would say get familiar with the website is a good idea as well, because most of our information is available online. We have a lot of of journal articles which are available online. So if you don't know what a journal article is, I know you do, but some people won't. So it's like a short academic article, so it's quicker than reading a book, but it's usually on a, it usually takes a more in-depth look at a very specific subject. So where a book might cover a wide range of information, a journal article is usually more specific about a particular topic. So we have, you can search for journal articles on the library website. You can search for, if there's a specific article that you need, it might be linked from Moodle on your online page, or it might be something that you can search for on the library catalogue yourself. Again, if that's something people have trouble with, they can come and ask us about it. We've also got other things like, we've got some historical resources like digital manuscripts that you can access online, so we have a lot of historical things. We've got particular journal packages which are all about religion and philosophical topics, so you can search for things in your own subject area as well. So it's really just a case of getting familiar with the resources that we have and finding out what you need. A digitisation service which makes materials available usually in Moodle in the module area, like digitised book chapters and online journal articles. So those can be useful, say, for people who use screen reading software, or people who have different accessibility needs, like they need to listen to the book out loud and things like that. We can also digitise things on an individual basis if people need that service, so that's something you can talk to us about, or you can get in touch with disability and dyslexia services, and they can refer students to us as well if they have specific needs. We also have study rooms which people can book, so some of them are designed for group study, like the room that we're in now, but we have smaller individual study rooms as well which people can book in advance. So if you want to be able to sit down and just do your work in a quiet room, and we've got some of them with assistive software available as well if people need it, and again, disability and dyslexia services offer training in how to use the software, so that's something else to bear in mind as well. So referencing is something that people often struggle with when they first come to university, because you might not have done it very much when you were doing A-levels or whatever you were doing before university. So people do feel a little bit overwhelmed by it at first. I would say we have Harvard referencing leaflets, which I've brought with me today. So you can pick these up from the help desk. This is a really quick guide to referencing, so it just explains as simply as possible the things that you need to know. And we also have a more in-depth guide online which talks you through, more unusual situations with referencing and what to do in very specific circumstances. And we're always happy to answer questions about referencing as well. You can email me, you can come and talk to me about it. So don't stress about it too much. Everyone finds it difficult to begin with. Workshops on referencing before to try and because sometimes it's just easier if you have an example in front of you so that you can see what I'm talking about and I can talk you through. I think it's one of the advantages of us being a sort of relatively small university is that you can get to know people a lot easier. So I recognise students, and after a while students recognise me, and you can put faces to names, and it just makes things a bit more approachable.
Exactly. It's a very, very enabling environment, and it's really wonderful for new students. And we are so grateful for everything that you've done for us in the first year.
You're welcome.
And hopefully the newcomers will feel at home in coming to LTU in September.
Yeah, that's what we hope.
Yes. Thank you, Rachel.
Thank you.